Executive Director with IDA Ireland, and it's my pleasure to deliver this address to the Business Show series on foreign direct investment during COVID and beyond. As many of you know, since the foundation of the state, foreign direct investment has helped to transform Ireland into an open and internationally focused economy and society. IDA client companies make a crucial contribution to employment, the public finances, regional development, global value chain integration, indigenous enterprises, to innovation, and much more. These companies are concentrated in the sectors which drive the modern global economy: in technology, in content, consumer and business services, in international financial services, in biopharmaceuticals and food, in medical technologies, in engineering and industrial technologies, and they have helped to support Ireland's recovery from the global financial crisis, to the achievement of record employment levels and the relative resilience of the economy during the COVID-19 pandemic. Today, there are over 257,300 people employed across Ireland in over 1,600 companies, and a third of these companies have had a presence in Ireland for over 20 years, including household names like Pfizer, Johnson & Johnson, IBM and Citi, who are here in Ireland over 50 years. In 2019 alone, expenditure into our economy by IDA Ireland clients was over €25 billion, an increase of almost 15% on the previous year. The spend on payroll was up at €15 billion. Irish material spend rose to €2.7 billion, and Irish services spend was up to €7.4 billion. Capital expenditure also increased in 2019 to €7.4 billion, and the bulk of this spend was concentrated in the life sciences and in the technology sectors. So we are fortunate that Ireland's excellent foreign direct investment performance over the past 5 years and our high value sectors had put us in a strong position going into the COVID-19 crisis. At the beginning of 2020, employment levels in our client companies had reached just over 245,000 people. That was the highest number ever employed in the multinational sector. And that rose again by 3.5% in the 12-month period to the end of 2020 to over 257,300 people, which was remarkable in a year of unprecedented disruption to business and to associated challenges to global economies and to our own as a result of the pandemic. Last year alone, we won 246 new investments and just over 9,000 net new jobs were created. Almost 40% of these investments were brand new, first-time investors, and the balance of investments were from existing companies. It's important to highlight that 52% of investments last year went to regional locations, which is a huge area of focus for us. And while the existing base of foreign direct investment proved, for the most part, agile and resilient, it is by no means immune. It impacted on sectors differently, with some like those connected to automotive and aviation, and those linked to the travel and hospitality industry heavily affected. Technology, pharmaceuticals and medical technology sectors were much less so, with demand for their products and services increasing, in some instances helping to mitigate job losses in other sectors. As did the transition to home working by 52% of employees in IDA Ireland client companies compared to 28% nationally. For IDA, foreign direct investment has been affected in two ways during COVID-19. Firstly, there is the impact on the new flow of direct investments into the country, and secondly, the impact on our existing base of investments here in Ireland. Travel restrictions means live in-person itineraries by potential investors are not possible, and that although last year we quickly switched to a virtual first policy by delivering site visits remotely, we know they do not replicate the level of engagement and the development of meaningful business relationships of trust and confidence that is built through face-to-face meetings. Legacy issues from the pandemic and the subsequent global economic downturn are expected to result in a significant fall-off in foreign direct investment in 2021 and beyond. But it is heartening to see that there has been a strong start to 2021 as well, with 24 new investments announced to date. The bulk of these are for regional locations. Companies like Sita in Donegal, that announced 55 new software engineering jobs. Foresight, part of Indiegogo Telecom Group, announced 100 new jobs in Limerick. Alter Domos and Microchip both made announcements in Cork and plan to create 100 and 200 jobs respectively. And Fidelity announced the creation of 90 new roles, of which 60 roles will be in Galway and 30 in Dublin. Add to that the substantial announcements from Workday in Dublin with 400 jobs and Stripe with 1,000 jobs in Dublin, and Intel and Kildare announcing 1,600 jobs in the recent weeks. It is testament to Ireland's continued strong value proposition to investors. That said, however, I think that it's also important to note that we cannot be complacent about foreign direct investment or to take it for granted in any way. It is particularly important that we maintain our competitiveness. Post-COVID, many countries will be looking to foreign direct investment to increase their self-sufficiency and security and to bolster their decimated economies, which means competition for a reduced number of investments will intensify in an already fiercely competitive international marketplace. Indeed, we are fortunate to have many factors in our favour in meeting the challenges for foreign direct investment ahead. The fundamentals of what investors are looking for in seeking to internationalise has not changed. They want stability, they want consistency, they require a talented workforce. Ireland offers that and more. Our value proposition is strong, but we need to be able to continuously adapt to our clients' need to ensure success for the future. Against this challenging background that I have outlined, the Taoiseach and the CEO of ID Ireland launched our new strategy Driving Recovery and Sustainable Growth 2021 to 2024 in January this year, which is a pragmatic and focused roadmap. The strategy is being delivered through a lens of 5 key pillars: growth, transformation, regions, sustainability and impact. These 5 interlinked pillars align with and are guided by the UN Sustainability Goals. In the strategy, IDA will set out to win 800 investments with the aim of having half of these investments go to regional locations around Ireland, to support client job creation with 50,000 new jobs, and to drive market diversification. An important factor in delivering on our ambition for our new strategy will be the continued success of our client companies here in Ireland. We will continue to partner with our existing clients to safeguard and strengthen their mandates in Ireland through transformation in activities like upskilling and reskilling of employees, in increasing research and development, while at the same time working to attract the next generation of leading edge multinationals in a range of areas including advanced manufacturing, cell and gene therapy, cloud computing, 5G and disruptive service platforms. We will aim to realise opportunities as well from digital transformation and from the future of work. Multinationals are now placing an increased focus on environmental, social and on governance factors. Success across each of the 5 pillars will contribute to a sustainable, resilient and regionally balanced economic recovery. In addition to targeting 400 investments into regional locations to support this focus, ID Ireland will deliver 19 advanced building solutions and have a geographical spread in line with the National Economic Framework, with a particular emphasis on the Border and the Midlands regions, reflecting our strategic focus on supporting the necessary conditions to attract foreign direct investment in regions of significant economic need. We will also partner with the private sector and with local authorities to deliver buildings in key locations where it is appropriate to do so, investing in significant infrastructure projects across our portfolio of business and technology parks to upgrade and maintain these key assets in line with the evolving requirements of ID Ireland and our sister agency Enterprise Ireland, and clients, and maintain a focus on land banks and utility-intensive strategic sites to future-proof the requirements of large-scale capital-intensive projects which have national economic impact. The ambition of the new strategy reflects our assessment of the opportunities ahead, recognising the centrality of foreign direct investment to a resilient and sustainable economic recovery. The targets in the strategy are ambitious and success won't be easy, and it is not guaranteed in such an uncertain global environment. It will depend upon the growth potential of our clients, Ireland's competitiveness, the skills, the knowledge and proven tenacity of ID Ireland teams around the globe, on the ongoing support of government, on the provision of the required resources and on collaborative engagement with key stakeholders to maximise the benefit of foreign direct investment. We believe that our strategy is directionally correct in its current focus and form, and we will be as pragmatic and flexible as we are required to be in adapting to circumstances as they unfold. Finally, may I take this opportunity to wish you all every success in your own endeavours over the coming years, and I hope that you glean value from today's sessions that will help to support you. Thank you all.